Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Daily Drakensang, featuring whatever the opposite of a dominatrix is, uh, Joshua King. And as you can see, I'm dressed a little bit different, or rather, lack of dressed. There's a story behind that, and if you want to hear it, here you go. Free your mind. Yeah, love me some In Vogue, love me some In Living Color. So, y'all who got the reference before I just mentioned it, give yourself 50 points that don't matter. That's right, the points are like something or I'm trying to think of something from Who's Line. I'm not thinking of it. Oh, epic fail, profound sadness. Anyway, on to the that said, on to the story. As we basically fight through the circus because there's so many things that you can get from the circus that I need for my final build. Um, as mentioned by Snap on the Drakensang Discord at the request of Dirt Dirtball, he suggested I talk to Snap. Snap said, "Hey, here's what my final build is. You can get all this stuff either through the events or through two of the boss fights." The two boss fights I already knew about, Callus and Harold. So the two events get you your final stuff. The Draken set and then the Witcher set. So that's what we're going for. And that's basically what we're going to be going for several episodes, or sessions rather, several sessions. I call the Arena Adventures ones, I call those episodes, I call these sessions in tribute to Cowboy Bebop. Anyway, on to my story, because I promised that, and going down the rabbit hole a little bit. So, last night I was at Missy B's in Kansas City, and that's a gay bar. A very, very fun gay bar, which I'm very happy to go to once a week, usually. Well, the once a week. Like, I don't think I ever went twice a week, because I try to make it something special, so I don't go there every day. Frankly, I can't afford to go there every day. But we went last night. Watched the drag show a little bit, but had 3 empty seats next to me. I was hoping a good-looking man was going to sit next to me because of those empty seats, and no, it didn't happen. The opposite happened. Nothing wrong with those people. They were great people, but it's not what I was going for. So I ended up leaving the drag show, and it's one I'd already kind of seen before. So I left the drag show, and as you see, I'm checking my progress. Hey man, we're getting there. 12:05, and we still got 5.5 days. So, but I went upstairs, and upstairs is a really big dance hall. And I mean, I haven't been in Kansas City that long, and I just kind of like usually when I go to Missy B's, like nobody hardly knows me, so I'm like a stranger in a cornfield, kind of. Like, there's plenty of, like, if the corn were people and I'm just somebody that's just there. But I went and met somebody that was kind of going through the same thing. They were kind of alone and such, and before he asked, no, we didn't get it on right there in Missy B's. But he was talking to somebody else, and it was a guy who was wearing leather, because there were a lot of people wearing leather last night, and the LGBTQ plus scene has a lot of Mr. Leather and that kind of thing, and women who also wear leather and are really butch, and in a good way, in the awesome way of being butch, because if I've never mentioned it before, I happen to like it. Quite a few people in fiction that have that personality. Hashtag Haruka Tenno. Hashtag Korra. Avatar Korra. So, and Asami too, forever. She can definitely be a powerhouse. But that's it. I met a guy who was wearing the leather and stuff, and he was talking to this guy, and it's like, hey man, you're beautiful, dude. Don't let anybody tell you any different. You're beautiful, man. Just express yourself. Be who you want to be. And he was giving him the kind of pep talk that I kind of needed, so I went over there and, because I feel the same way a lot of times. And we'll get to this. This is part of that expression, but ended up talking to him too and talking to him, helping him out, and ended up helping myself. And yeah, I do like this. Bad Destructor. We're gonna fight you, but bad. I hate the Destructor because of you have to fight, literally kill him 3 times. But anyway, fought him. While we fight him, we'll talk about this. I talked to this guy, helped him, support him, and they have a Facebook. There's a Facebook group that helps do that, so I've signed up for that. But the other part of it is that I had the confidence to go out and then dance. It was really, really fun. So all that said, as I put the bomb in the wrong place, all that said, basically I thought about that this morning, and I was, wanting to express myself, and I've had this belt for the longest ass time. Had this belt for the longest ass time because it didn't fit me. It didn't fit around my waist. It was too small. But I bought it because, rainbow colors. It looked really cool and had, all the holes in it and the straps, and just looked really neat. So, trying to, thought about it, used to wear it, and now I found one. I get to use it as this really long ass choker. That said, of course, it's longer than my neck, so I've got part of it hanging down, and it kind of looks like a tie. Kind of has a tie thing going on. So, I love it. And as far as me being shirtless, well, that's part of the expression too, but the other part of it, besides the expression, besides the fact that it's summer and it's hot, is also the fact that trying to put the rest of that belt under a shirt does not look as appealing. And I mean, it's a way to express myself. This differentiates myself online. How many streamers do you watch that are shirtless? So there we go. That's it. This is the start. I want to continue to find basically what my kink is. And I definitely have a kink for being dominated. So, but in the good way, not abusive. BDSM is not proper BDSM when it's abusive. So just to make that point really clear for anybody that's wondering. And that's coming from somebody who has very little experience, but I mean, I definitely have plenty of experience in being abused. So, there's, we get erupted. Here's Louise and a bucket of cheese. That's why I hate this boss. But you have to fight this boss in groups, and so basically, anytime you get this boss, it's like a kill. It's a kill zone. It's similar to when you're in the deeps of demise and you have to fight through the icicle, the greedy goblin and the icicles. That's just death. Sucks, but thankfully that boss doesn't show up. It's random out of all of them, so it doesn't show up that often. And you still kill the 4 bosses before it, so you're getting something out of it. You're making some progress. Just not as much as I'd like. As we sell these off, now, I think I actually might try here because I have gotten a couple of them. I'd like to try to make one of those dolls. Because I've got 2 of the dolls actually. As you can see, there's the Blood Mage, there's the Magatina. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, I'd like to try that, so let's try it. It should be event-related items. No, that's the best. Yeah, see, there we go. Rocking the doll, Barrack doll, hair doll, we don't want those dolls. Further down. Blood Mage doll, yay. So basically, we just need the Blood Mage. We need to put those in let's put those in there. Okay, there we go. Now we can actually get to them. Alright, so we want the dolls. Pets. Roll down, my boys. Blood Mage on. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, you have to ride those. I think I've got 30 feathers. I say I got 30 feathers. Sweet. My god. Where are we going? Fours? Right here? No? Should be here. Yeah, there we go. Feather of a griffin. You need 30 of them, and I have one. And then you, yeah, so, okay. And then, yeah, 20 of those. So, like, to make one of the dolls, you actually have to have all that. But, hey, I mean, at least we know, and probably the other one's going to be the same way, so we'll just put them away. But, hey, we got them. Like, and that event is something that comes back again and again. So if we don't get it this time, we'll get it another time. Point is, though, like, I got the 2 dolls. So I may end up collecting all of them. Eventually I'll get them. So, good deal. I've got 227 portals to the Circus Monstro Rum. And so we're going to keep running. If I find people that are at least level 50 that want to join the group and go fight it out, we'll do that. Keeping it to level 50 and above, though, because you can't. That's one thing. If you play this and you're trying to get lower level people, man, because the boss is going to scale up to the highest level there, so you get a bunch of people that are really low level, they're just not going to survive it. They're not going to survive it, and they're not going to be able to deal enough damage to be worth it. As we switch to our white/gray essence, because that purple essence is for the big boss. Not for the little bosses, for the big boss. Yeah, we definitely like to collect more dolls, for sure. So, to go back to what Snap was saying, there's 4 main things I need. I need the herald bow. I need the callus cape. I need the Draken set from this event, and I need the Witcher set from the 2-headed witch event. So that's what I need. And thankfully, 3 of those 4, all but the Witcher set, we can get right here, I think. You might actually be able to get all 4 in this event, because the thing is, you're fighting those bosses. So, like, if I go fight Callus, there's none that says Callus can't drop her cape whenever I'm fighting her in this event. So, literally, this could get us all 4 items if we do it enough times, which is why it's so good. And I'm going to try to finish this out. There we go. Took a chance there. You know, kind of did some math in my head to say, okay, can we beat her before the health gets too low? And we did it. We are collecting everything because we have the ability to sell at any time. That's an awesome ability. If you're playing any class and you, as soon as you get enough wisdom, get the ability to sell anything. Because the amount of, because that gold's going towards your pets, like, to your collectibles. So, like my pet right here, I got 21% more health points because of all that collecting, and I have a health that's at 27.7. So, like, that health really helps. It allows me to tank things as a ranger that you shouldn't be able to tank normally. Don't go crazy with it, though. I've learned that lesson the hard way sometimes. What's kind of sucking right now is I'm fighting bosses I already have the dolls for. Yeah, because I would like to collect those dolls. Like, it's not the priority, but I would love to collect them. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, anytime... Oh, get out. Yeah, anytime that tree folk is not up, we gotta be careful. Anytime Mr. Treebeard is not up, we gotta be careful. Gotta watch it. So I'm basically trying to keep my distance right now until I get tree guy up. All it takes one slash at this point. Once he gets a couple whacks in, or I grab those orbs, we grab them, now we're good to go. Now we can go in. Because my slash here is dealing more damage than my explosion arrows are going to, as far as like damage over time. Oh, get out! We're probably being too aggressive right now. Yeah, because that almost killed me. Let's get that health orb. There we go. Another one. Actually, we hit a spider, so it wasn't that good. But oh boy. Yeah, see, I gotta make enough distance so I can get away. Okay, there we go. Playing it safe right now because I've kind of been too aggressive. We need to slow that down. Slow that aggressiveness down a little bit. See, that's the thing too. Notice that purple stuff puts armor break on me. So, yeah, that's not good. That's a big damage increase for the spider. That does it. Alright, so we're up to 1215 at 3,900. And I could reach the end. Like, I could reach the top part, for sure. I have not been playing this very religiously up to this point. So if I took the next 5 days and I basically played this, just went in on it, I could definitely get it done. By the way, Barks Root Beer and Domino's does not officially support this channel or this show, but that said, I was eating Domino's and I had Barks Root Beer. So, most people would drink Mountain Dew when they're playing games like this. Not me. I drink root beer. You gotta go for it. That's what I was drinking last night. Well, I guess I can shout that out. I was drinking my typical mudslides, i.e. Kahlua and Bailey's with chocolate syrup. There's another name for that, and if you would like to know the other name for that, you can watch the movie Deadpool. He mentions it. I'm not going to say that word here. Blowjob. Hopefully that doesn't get me flagged. Probably not. I'd have to get a little more extreme and basically be out of character. Which I won't do. Because I'm a nice guy. Except like last video when I decided to troll a little bit. It wasn't necessarily I was having a bad day, but I just felt like trolling. See, like, sometimes you can get so serious about this game, about gearing up and stuff, that you forget the fun part of this game. Like, you forget to do that kind of stuff. Sometimes you just gotta remind yourself that this game's about having fun. Like, if you're not having fun, then what's the point? Granted, it is fun to min-max your character, but, like, I play enough games where I have to min-max my character. Sometimes I just want to goof off. So... in a groups at least, okay, you're in, troll in a group, it's not too terrible. At least compared to the way I used to. I played this game years ago, man. I used to just run naked around PvP everywhere. I literally just strip off all my stuff and just run around. It's what you do when you're in your 20s. Like, but that was a long time ago. I'm a little more, a little more conscious of who I might offend. Especially when you're, and in your, it's hard enough to try to get a group sometimes. I understand it. But we're definitely not trolling right now. We're serious right now. We want to take Barak down. I'd like to get his doll also. I'd like to get Teddy Bear too. And we're working towards it. Oh, and that shit, see, you gotta be careful. That shot got interrupted. I was all like, alright, adrenaline keeps me in the game. Adrenaline, you don't even feel the same. I was all on that tack, and he was like, shut the hell up, this is not karaoke night. I'm gonna whack you with my bee stick. Speaking of bees. I'm sorry that we killed a bunch of hives and the honey production is down. I'm sorry. That might be just an American problem. I don't know if that stretches to other places in the world that has problems with bee populations, but we do. Depending on who you ask, either we do have a population problem with bees, or it's a big fat lie, and like, it's a conspiracy, man. It's a conspiracy. And then the, I was like, what are you, anti-bee? That's the kind of stuff that gives politicians nightmares, having to answer those kind of questions. You know, besides the stuff that really should give them nightmares. Shout outs to all lazy bum politicians here and around the world. Anyway, see, this is what happens when you talk about politics. You get whacked by the big giant purple Vandermint fireball. You don't talk about those things. You gotta talk about the game, man. Neferi the Temptress, or Nefertiri the Temptress. Nefertiri, yeah, alright. Nefertiri, Egyptian queen, maybe she was a queen. I don't think she was ever pharaoh, but she definitely was, the wife of Ramses II. The only female pharaoh I've ever known and like really studied on is Hatshepsut. I actually know how to spell that too. Hatshepsut. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I know how to spell it. I did a lot of reading on her. Very, very cool. A lot of incest, but that was like the way it was back then in Egypt. That's how you, Egypt, and even later on in years, that was how you kept your royal line pure. So we didn't know about genetics as much back then. Anyway, we probably should switch back to the game. We're going down a route that might be more appropriate for Fortune. Activate. So I get stuck on one of these pillars. Go in there, tree folk. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Man. This belt's actually really comfortable. You would think a belt like this would like really like like it would hurt and stuff, but it really doesn't. It's decently comfortable. It's not like padded super in any way, as I try to avoid dying here because Jesus, like her weapon has so much reach. Like I have to pretty much adrenaline to get out of the way, and yet adrenaline's got to keep me in the game right now because and I dive right into the other one. Yeah. It's like that boss fight where you got the lasers, like the Diablo 3 lasers going on in a pattern. It's rough. I'm actually going to kick a potion right here. I've got 16 of them, plus another one down below that's more powerful. And, I got enough resources to make more. I haven't actually made potions before, but I know I've got the resources for it, so. That's my backup system is those potions. Because the thing is about this, with all these being boss battles, you don't get free res here. Yeah, deluxe membership gets you nothing in this area except Mystic Chest. No free reses up in this bitch. You gotta fight the hard way. You better not screw around. Okay, the damage on that actually isn't bad, but the stun is what's worse, and yeah, like I said, the reach. Oh god. Get a heal. This is probably the toughest sub-boss out of all of them, just because of that reach that she has. Like, you have to constantly be moving around, and like when you move around, she gets to smack you because like her reach is such as it is. But we got her. One thing we don't want is we don't want big bad machine. We don't want the machine that you have to bomb the pillars and that thing. That boss sucks. I hate that one, and frankly, it's kind of like how in Deep Demise, it's the death area. It's like those icicles. I'm not escaping that. If we get them, it's pretty much over. We'll go back. We get Gorga. Okay, so as long as we stay near Gorga, We should, and we keep summoning dudes. We should be summon tree folk. We should be fine. Like the key to Gorga is to get close to him. That way he's not. It's like with Sigramore. You got to be close to him. But we will switch to purples. I'm gonna immediately go adrenaline because I want to get away from his shot. There we go. We get away from it. Let's get the tree folk out. Let's get all this going on. Let's start slashing him. I'm doing 200% damage now, so we're gonna try to deal as much damage as we can before tree folk disappears. Like I said, I deal more damage slashing because I'm doing it faster and okay. That should take care of him. Now we just need to get to the other side. Alright, we can keep it going. I gotta watch my health a little more now, but I have 27,000, so it's not gonna go down super fast. Okay, now we'll probably get out of here. We'll get out of here and get to the safe zone. Because he's gonna be breaking the ground soon anyway. Yeah, and they will all just die right there because they can't. They want to explode, but they can't. And this will break the ground up. And we will adrenaline go back in. And so usually this takes two reps. 2 reps and we get it. So, let's go. Get back in there. Yeah, careful. Don't forget about the jellyfish. Jellyfish are not your friends. Sharks are friends, jellyfish not. But we got the health orbs there to back us up. We're good. We're going to try to... There we go, got him. Got him! And we got all the time in the world, so we'll wait until the poison goes away, and then we'll get our loot. This is a good time for me to fill up my thermos here. See, I have a little bit of professionalism. We're not drinking straight from the 2-liter. We were filling up our thermos from the 2-liter and drinking out of that. So you can be professional, even when shirtless and a rainbow belt that has been hijacked and turned into a choker. We can do that. Shout outs to all my people that have subscribed to the channel, by the way. You know who you are, Jury the Brave, all the rest of you that have. We're up to 5 subscribers now, so big deal. Might have filled that a little too much because it's spilling a little bit on my jeans. That's what I'm wearing right now is jeans under this. I might be okay going shirtless, but I'm not okay being pantsless as well. That's a little creepy. As much as I do like some Andrew Christian shorty shorts and other accessories. Speaking of, Missy B's had kind of music videos with that Andrew Christian theme going on. That was brand new, and that was definitely different. I did not expect to see that along with the music video, in between music videos, but that's what happened. So, yay! I tend to be a little more conservative when it comes to my clothes below the waistline. Mainly because I tend to sweat a bit, and those kind of clothes are not meant for you sweating quite a bit. They don't work as well when you're doing that. Now we'll collect the rest of the loot, and we will go back again. 226 more times we could do it. I think we can get up through all those in 5 days. I think we can. It's not going to be all in this video, of course. This is going to be about an hour. I'm going to try again to get on YouTube Live as well. And if I can do it, I'll be here. I will be live. We'll have that live all day. Want to check that out? I'll put a link in the Drakensang Discord to indicate that I'm live, baby. Live and in living whiteness. Living white, living gayness. I'll be up in there, so let me get back to 226. We'll restart it. Looking for loots in all the right places, but not exactly the right drop rate that I would like. I'd like a much fatter drop rate, please. It would make me feel real happy. And there we go. We're starting with Herodor, so we might get Herodors. Starting with a line that's going to let us have a unique chance at all these dolls. We're not fighting the bosses that I've already got dolls for just yet. We've got all these. If nothing else, I'd like to collect all the dolls, or at least be one accomplishment I'd be proud of. Clearing the whole normal thing would be annoying. Like, I'll know for next time that, I'll know for next time that you really want to, just solo this. Like, you want to solo normal and then find your groups for later, because I did this wrong. I was looking for groups for normal, and that doesn't work, because all you're finding is people that are under 55. Nothing wrong with that, of course. I was under 55, like, less than a week ago. But it's just not ideal. You get one person that's 55 in there, you need to have a couple more that are 55 in there, otherwise just didn't work. That said, I do like the way that Drakensang is doing these things now, to where basically you have a whole separate price tier for each difficulty. That makes it much fairer, especially people that are under 55 that are trying to climb up and level up, because now you have a decent chance of getting all the rewards in your difficulty tier, instead of just this one big massive thing where only the top players ever get the top prize for the whole thing. You've got a chance to get something really good, in each difficulty, which in this case, that is the PvE season. You get the rune of relentlessness. You get the insignias at the top. You get secret lair offerings. You get phoenix flames, essence of vigor, more phoenix flames. Which, to make one of the dolls, I need 40, and I've got 20 right now. So at least I'll have that component done for one of the dolls. Should I get through it? And then, see, you get another relentlessness right there for painful. Painful we probably won't get much on, but we'll certainly be able to, get it started. We got enough time. And then excruciating, fatal, infernal 1, infernal. Actually, let's just go through all of them real quick. So painful, that's your top. Insignia, rune of relentlessness. Here you move to Rune of the Vanquishers, which gives you critical damage, critical hit rate. Frenzy of the Vanquisher. We have that ability on our own, by the way, so it enhances it. I think that's it, ain't it? Is that it, or is it something else? Okay. Alright, there you go. So whenever you defeat an enemy, you get Frenzy of the Vanquisher that increases, and so the rune basically increases that buff for you, so increases by 0.01 and 0.003, which, that's per charge, so that adds up. And then when you get the Headless Knight costume for Fatal, get some emotes, get some Ultra Crescenite, which is really important for upgrading your pets, more costumes, there's a Lesser Rune of the Vanquisher, Blue Essence Vortex, it's basically decorative, but still, I've seen people with that kind of thing that's really decorative. Yarn's a little out of place. Infernal 2 gets you more emotes. Gilded Clovers, which are really good because otherwise you have to go through the secret layers for those. White Lizard Mount, more Gilded Clovers, Ultra Crescenite, I think Infernal 4 is how you go. Yeah, Infernal 4. And then you got a whole nother Infernal 4 tier, which is Key of the Fearless. Like huge amounts of Key of the Fearless. But yeah. Anyway, we're switching it back to our rank, which is normal. The Draken rewards are really cool too. I mean, I've got, how many Draken? I've got some. 869, yeah. So, I've got a good amount to maybe get some of the smaller things. I think I've already picked a couple up. So, I mean, we're building. Like, this is a game that you play for, you play day after day. You don't have to play every single day, but, like, you play day after day, you do better. You progress, you gotta put the time in. This is not pay to win anymore. It used to be crazy pay to win. Now it's not. They realize that, hey, we got enough money. We don't need to, like, make this a game where you basically have to pay to get the good stuff. Now you gotta earn it. And you gotta play, you gotta earn it. You can't just buy your way into being a great player on here. You can certainly buy your way into getting a head start, but that head start means less and less over time. Like I had a friend that got 100,000 Andromet, and they got up, a bunch of gems and stuff. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a callus cape or a herald bow or some of the other really good items, that doesn't mean as much. Like, I mean, you're up to royal gems at this point at 55, so like your mileage will not be as great later on. That's just the way it is. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact you can't just play your way into victory. Like I said, they have enough money now. They don't need to buy people's loyalty. And that's the first boss. We weren't able to get a drop off that bear axe. So again, we must fight. We must fight Ayala, Queen of the Bears, to quote newer Magic card that's came out. Bear Tribal is finally a thing. It's actually a deck I would love to build. I'd just love to build Bear Tribal. I have enough commander decks right now, though. And I'd love to get a group together for that, or Dungeons and Dragons. And I'd have to advertise for that. Let's see. I might actually do it. It'd be another way to make great friends. That's the thing. I'm trying to make friends here in Kansas City. Like, I came from Sedalia. Sedalia, if you basically who you knew at work was your friends, at least in my experience. And you didn't hang out with them. Like, you just knew them from work. I'd like that to be different in Kansas City. I'd like there to be people that I know and I actually hang out with. That net was way off the mark. Give focus, Josh. Bears are fun, but bears are also hit like trucks. That is not some weak POS. That is a Ford, and that Ford just got destroyed. 1280, like the actual drop, like the counter drops are not that great. Like it takes a lot to get up there. But that said, I appreciate collecting one of those babies. That will be for later. We got 16 of them now. 75 is what I need in order to enhance that bad boy right there, if I decide to use it. It's something I'm interested in if I switch to actually having a quiver and that with it. It's a possibility, although that bow hits really good. Anyway, we're going to take this chance to sell. I like to sell every single time after I get done, just because I hate to have the inventory full, and it's a lot easier to just do it in between rounds. It gives you time to center yourself and get ready for the next fight. The same way if you're playing a fighting game, you get you get a break between every match. But before you restart. So we're facing Nefertari again. Okay. I really don't want to burn through. Yeah. Ugh. I missed that. She moved. Don't you know you're supposed to stay in place? You're supposed to move. You just stay in place. How can I hit you if you move? Look at that freaking sword. That is a sword worthy of Connie Merhesh. 50 points if you get that reference. Yeah, that is a sword. That is a sword she'd be proud to wield. Although I'm pretty sure the one business makes her just as proud. Well, she didn't even get to use it. She's like, you know, she didn't get to use it because, oh hey, here's obsidian, and she literally pulls out a sword from her mouth. Like, yeah, okay, I'll let you handle this one. Yeah, I love Connie. She's great. Both Connies. And I was talking about this with somebody in chat yesterday before I went to Missy B's. I was talking about, hey, you know, the Connie from King of the Hill and the Connie from Steven Universe have some similarities, and so do Steven and Bobby, for that matter. So I was like, yeah. I mean, both Connies play violin. Both Connies are really good in school. Both Connies have overbearing parents. So there's some similarities. Like, I love comparing and contrasting things like that. You know, with Bobby and Steven, they're both a little bit overweight, although Steven got designed later on in the series to be less pudgy. They both are like that. They both have dads that seem to be you know, very you know, more inclined to be in a smaller city than in a big city. They both have kind of that country feel. Greg would, I think Greg Universe would, he plays rock music and he'd feel at home, you know, on a porch rocking chair, as would Hank Hill. You know. Some similarities. I think, I'm not suggesting someone write fan fiction. I certainly won't. As much as I love King of the Hill and Steven Universe, and I love colliding worlds together, I don't think that's a combination that I ought to go for. And yeah, all right, we can get feathers, we can get keys, we can get the runes of relentlessness, runes of the vanquisher, and of course we can get the herald's bow. And yeah. So let's do it. This boss is, I remember years ago I thought this boss was so hard, and now he's not so much. And I'm not going to be flagrantly not handling my business, but I don't have to be as careful. Like, that said, yeah, I was saying that, and now I'm getting whacked, and now I gotta eat my crow. I gotta eat my words, because he smacked me pretty good. Okay. He's like, oh, you thought I'm a pansy? Take a whack from this mace. Let's see how pansy you think I am now. I'm like, alright, I respect that, man. I respect the power of the flame mace. Alright? Let me let you eat these thorns a little bit. Oh, God. Get in the corner. There we go. Yeah, that's probably what got me, is I got hit by that big fire blast that he does every so often. Yeah, that's probably what did it. Yeah, going. Oh, got time. Oh, I got hit by it. The most dangerous part is that it burns. There we go. Heal up. Get that back on. Let's do it. got him. And we will pick up Key of Defeats, 40 insignias and the Key of Defeats. Pick up a couple chests here, pick up some yarn, some ancient wisdom. Good at Danny's wisdom. That's another movie quote if you would like to find out about that. That is another movie quote. Alright. This chest is going to be the one. Yeah, that wasn't the one. Yeah, but we can open the other one, thankfully. So. A little bit of essence, green essence that helps. That stuff. We got some gems. See, I wonder if I need to save them for whenever I see the bigger chest. No, we're going to do that. We're going to save those keys for the bigger chest from now on. Because I really think like the reward that I'm getting off of those little chests is not worth it. Like you want to save them for the big ones. Thinking that we're gonna try that out at least once. We're gonna try that out because I've already gotten one before and I got something really good from it. So I think that's kind of the secret. You want to save those keys. So as it is, we will save them. I think that would be a good strat. Do that over here. Put this in something. I got the entire Yachak's Way set. Really good. I got 12 Mystic Cubes. Go and cash them in. No reason really not to. Alright. More gold. We're getting up to 886. We need about 1,500, something like that, to get another pet. So halfway there. And 225 left. Let's keep it going. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Alright. I will say this Joker does get sweaty. Yeah, this definitely isn't something I'm wearing all day. Something I'll wear when I stream. The thing is, I got the little holes here, and like I can't really wrap it around too well. Like there's no. It throws a strap right here where I could really cinch it in. Otherwise, I have to have it hanging right there. And I know I'm pulling on it and stuff, but really I'm not choking on it. I guess I'm trying to stretch it out and trying to basically get a feel for it. I mean, hey, wearing something on your neck constantly worked for the junkyard dog, so it can work for me. And we got Blood Mage again. We'll switch off of those, get back to our greens, because we're not going to burn them through our greens this quickly. Or we're getting back to our grays, sorry. Not our purples. Purples are for big bosses. So there we go. Take care of Blood Mage. Power levels of 131,000 when we're using this. I think it's something like 107,000 when we're not. It's over 9,000, of course. Been over 9,000 for a long ass time. Oh, missed it. Damn, I was trying to get Red Slimer at the same time that I was getting them, and it didn't quite work out. That time works out. For a moment, but we need to get our summon up. It's starting to hurt. There we go. Get our summon up. Proper aim. Proper aim is important. There we go. We'll let Treebeard handle the red blob for a second. Man, I'm glad those orbs dropped because we need them. back, get our tree beard back. There we go. Blob's taken care of. Put out the thorn line. It's the wolf. It's you. That's how the story goes. And I should have really checked how many trophies you get for that. Just because then I could do the math. I could say, okay, here's how many runs I got to do to get all the way. Or at least approximately how many. Anyway, let's stretch out. Those ab muscles, those arm muscles, yeah. Let's stretch them out. Get to see my abundant armpit hair. I can't grow hair on my chest, damn it, but I can grow hair in my armpits. Alright. Arachna this time. So, not white spider, not black spider, just regular ass spider. We don't have her dolls, so that's fine. It'd be great if we had the explosive arrows, though. Get him, get him, get him. After this run, I'll go ahead and end the video for today, this session. After this run of bosses, and then I will see if we can get YouTube Live to work. Ugh. See, you think they're not deadly until they start slapping you around with their 8 legs, and then you realize, oh crap. Yeah, I might not want to play around with this. Shelob is not playing around. Alright. Get in there, my tree friend. The best bark in the land. Take her out. All those times the spiders have crawled up your bark, you get to pay it back right now. If you wouldn't disappear so quick. That's what they need to do, is make it. Yeah, they ought to do that. If you want to go full Diablo 3, fine. Make an equipment that, if they haven't already, that extends the time that your summons is out. Like, do that. Like give you an extra 2 or 3 seconds worth of summon time. You don't think people would go for that? That item wouldn't be hot shit? I guarantee it would be. Especially because I don't see a whole lot of ranger builds that don't use the summons. Like, seriously, what else are you picking? Precise shot? Like, this isn't the only build for sure. Like, you can, but it's the one that I think is the most powerful. Unless you're going to play, Blade Dance Slicer build, and that net was way off. My nets seem to be always off every once in a while. It's like shooting free throws. Like, you just get those clunkers. It's like, don't I shoot 90% from the field? Why the hell? Yeah. See, Arachna at this point can't figure out who to slice at. And thankfully, I wouldn't have done that if the health orb hadn't been there. And thankfully it was. And we'll grab the other one, and all the spider babies come out. Take care of them. Best shot on point. Those spiders coming out of her ass. This is another boss that tends to be difficult too. Any of the Arachna in particular, like the light and dark ones aren't so bad, I don't think, but she definitely just. That's 6,000 to 7,000 damage per slash. I get hit 3 times in a row. I'm pretty much done. Yeah, none to play with. That thorn line's so important for that reason. Slow her down, give me time to fire those shots. There we go. She's down. She's down. We'll collect our, what is it? Oh, wow. Only 5. Only 5. Well, it's in the, yeah, only 5. Okay. So, like you get 60 total per run, 5 for each of the mini bosses, and then 20 for the final one, or 40 for the final one. Yeah. I guess that's it. And we're pretty close on wisdom. We're not too far away. What do we think? Barak again. Alright. Alright, brother, sister bear. Brother bear, what are you doing? Sister bear, what are you doing? I don't know. I ain't checking for your agenda right now. I'm just checking for that big giant bee weapon. Oh, Jesus. I mean, could you imagine wielding that thing? That'd be badass. Just let me wield a giant spiked 2x4 with a beehive on it. That's all I want. I just want a game where I can wield that. Throw that into a fighting game. Like, yeah, that's what we need. We need the newest Soul Calibur to let you wield a spiked 2x4 with a beehive on the end of it. I'd go for that. Tell me in the comments if you'd go for that. That sounds like a hot weapon. It'd beat everything. Nightmare would be having nightmares at that. We got under 50% now. We got him. We'll get him. Hopefully we'll get his doll. Got through. That's why we have dive. That's why we have adrenaline. Is to get us out of those stuns. Big, decent damage. Alright, throw the bees out there. We're going to try to get around them. Alright. Yeah, I knew you were going that way. That's why I waited on those thorns until you went there. We're learning. I'm just going to slash you down a little bit because I can feel like damage this way while he's out. I'll tree folks out. You gotta be careful now. Good dive. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to make it running. I don't make it now. I had just enough time not to get swung on. Oh. There we go. There it is. Yep, it's 5 per sub boss. Okay, well, I mean, it adds up. It adds up. Alright. We got the one final one. Is it Nefertiti? Oh, it's Medusa. Okay, we don't have Medusa's doll. That's fine. Let's go ahead and sell. And go ahead and sell. Sell the stuff. Sell all. Excuse me. Alright. Stroking this like a stroking. Okay, here we go. Medusa. I want to say hello. Hello from the world. I might not be turning the stone today. We were going to just pick you up. You see that little ring in the corner basically says, "Hey, I'm buffing your crit by a little bit because you killed things." It's actually a decent buff. I mean, look how long it lasts. 1 minute. 1 minute of slight crit, but then they add up. Like there's two. That's just for the. They add up. It gets bigger as you go along. Oh god! You actually got out of that. There's a certain timing to that where you can get out of it and basically get out of the stone immediately. I'm learning what that timing is. It's kind of like the timing for having a chance of putting Kalis under a net stun before she starts healing. Whenever she goes back to the center of the area. It's kind of like that. See, one of the things to learn as a ranger basically is how to start and stop like that. Basically, be running, stop at a spot, fire accurately, stop at another spot, fire accurately. Like, that takes skill, especially the quicker your attack speed is. Getting better at it. I took the damage, but I didn't get out of the stun. That time I missed the net again. Close. With all those health orbs, I think we just go in. Just go in. There we go. You're down. Alright. Another sub-boss cleared. A couple Mystic Cubes. We'll go ahead and sell those. Break out the Mystic Cubes. Oh no, we don't want to sell them. What are you doing? Now we'll go ahead and pop them open. Hey, here we go. Elaine's Quiver. Elaine's Quiver. I mean, we could definitely use it. We could definitely use it with the bow. 4, 4, 6, 6. Okay, so 11,000 total. And I mean, it would give us 5 more slots for gems. It is a tough choice. Like, I'd definitely like to try it. Okay, let's save it. We'll get the boss cleared, and we'll try it. And I mean, thankfully, gems are very easy to like just switch in and out. But we want to get through the boss first. So we can try that in a second. And we face Harold again. Alright. I'd like to try that combination though. I think it might be a good combination. If anything, it would give me a backup setup for certain situations. Alright. Here we go, Harold. Don't bruise me. It's not too hard. Like, that's 28,000. Is that how much you just hit me for, or is that my damage? Alright. Yeah, that's not good. Quit shooting with the hunting arrow. That's not what I want to do. Let's slow you down. Okay, we got out of the range. Default. Lock for me, baby. Ugh. Ugh! Why did I not dive out? Oh, we got just enough Anderman. Thank goodness. Okay, we can't make that mistake again. Okay, when that ring shows up, you gotta get out. Like, how many times do you die though to that? Just you're attacking and it happens, man. Does it happen? You know, everybody's fell to basically not diving out of the ring. Not a player that's played this game that's ever not fell to that. They just get stuck. You get stuck doing what you're doing, and it's like being in mid combo and you need to be basically have the button to get out of your combo because your opponent's counterattacking or something. Definitely kind of a fighting game thing. Like, well, I'm negative on hit. Why am I doing this? Okay, and there's some things. There's the keys, which we're going to save those keys of defeat now, like I was saying. I'll save the keys of defeat. And do that. And we'll head, oh well, saving it, so let's head back to town. And we'll try that setup with the bow and quiver. Okay. Need to get to a gem spot. Up here, no, down here. So, we'll give it a try. Gonna give it a try. Okay. So let's decrypt this first. The tough part is the fact that this is a longbow, the Dune Walker, but it's also tier 3. Tier 3 is really cool. Like, that's our bow there is tier 2, so I mean we might get close. Yeah, get out of there. Okay, so we were at what? I can't even tell. To really compare, I need to. So we're gonna have to pay to put the gems back on because I need to see with no other thing. Actually, I need to just see it like this. So as it sits right now, 108,000. So that's what the new setup has to be able to beat. So 108,000. We're knocked down to 69,000. Okay, we put the new bow in. 76,000. Put the lanes in. 84,000. Yeah, it's 84,000 with that setup like it is. But it gives us better defensive capabilities as a thing. But that also takes away our resistance values. So. With the amulet, it might get better. I'm not sure if we held on to Lelane's amulet or not. We might not have. Yeah, we didn't hold on to Lelane's amulet. That kind of sucks. That might make a difference. I mean, there's certainly something to be said for being able to fire faster, and the thing about it though is until you get the bow, until you get the other piece, it's not as good. And like I said, we're comparing them naked without the gems because that's how you have to compare them. So even with the gems, it's not going to make up that much attack power. That's 108,000. Like, you just can't compete with that. So it's sad to say we're gonna save them though. We'll save those items. Save that at least, and I'll save Lelane's as well. What do we save for? Need to find something and just like I suppose we could color the bow and then we'd get rid of something. I don't know. I need something I can remove. You know what, the dye remover. Let's get rid of the dye remover, that way I can find it. Alright. So, we'll put the gems back. So, each of these is adding something like 1,500 value to the bow's attack power. So, total we're sitting on 116,000. Do that. Okay. The understanding like what your value, like what's contributing to your value, that really can help when it comes to like just knowing what items are better. So that way you're not going strictly over what the game tells you. Like as far as like just hey, this item's better than that item. Like, you have to really compare the stats and compare what your build is. My build right now is hitting, with the explosive arrow and attacking from distance mostly. With the deadly blow is like a backup. But if I was to go the other way, it would be the opposite. It would be the explosive arrow is the backup, and the explosive arrow is the backup, and the deadly bow and deadly blow is the main weapon of choice. So, it really depends on the build a lot of times. There we go. Now we'll try just some other things. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And yeah, of course we will start with that one. So random ass merchant. Hey, random ass merchant, need you. Yeah, gem merchant. New selection. Buy. Okay. Right. And that will do it for today's session of Embracing the Journey. The Daily Drakensang. Thank you for watching. We'll see if I can get YouTube Live to work, and if so, catch me on there. Thank you guys, and have a great day.